Good morning, friends. Welcome back to another week of divorce topic. Sorry this video is going up a little bit late. We got in yesterday, which we were supposed to be in Monday, and I had planned on recording yesterday since I was out on vacation last week. So I apologize if this is going up a little bit late. Stuff happens. So part 2 of the divorce topic, I wanted to talk about counseling. If you haven't seen the previous part 1, I talked about loneliness, and today I'm going to be talking about counseling and how it helped me and what for me that actually entailed, because everybody's counseling is different. A lot of people I know that were standing side by side with me while I was going through my divorce, encourage counseling. Well, a few people encourage counseling, including my mother. And for me, at that time, I just wasn't ready for it. I never sought counseling. My counseling was a little different. How I sought counsel was more so in a sense of having those people that I know have gone through divorce, or people that have grown up with single parenting, or even just some of my friends that were single and that have been through me through the whole journey of my courtship and engagement and marriage, and kind of showed me some areas that I didn't necessarily recognize myself. That was my type of counseling, and that's all the way until more towards the beginning of the year is when I really started to seek out different books and even considering going to talk to somebody, because in the beginning it's such a hard thing to go through that I didn't want to keep bringing up the same topic and keep talking about it over and over, because it was just reopening that wound that I was trying to have closed. And so for me, it just took longer. Some of you may need to go see counseling depending on how long you were married. I was only married for a little over a year. We weren't together that long, but we were together long enough, and we knew each other long enough for it to still be a painful topic and a painful situation that we were going through. So for some of you that have been married for years and have children, I definitely recommend counseling. Seek counseling early on is definitely a plus. Like I said before, it's going to be on you and when you're ready. But sometimes you may say you're never going to really be ready. You just kind of have to take that jump. So I recommend taking that jump, because it'll definitely help you close those wounds that are there, help you figure out why you didn't see certain things, help you recognize for the next relationship, if there is a next relationship, how you should go about that relationship and not jump in too early, etc. Just so that you're not leaning on somebody else to heal that when you need to just heal personally and take care of yourself and really get to know who you are. And for me, that took, almost a year for me to really figure out what route I wanted to go. For me, I was looking on Amazon, looking at different reviews for Christian women and divorce, and, trying to figure out if there's a book out there for me. If not, then maybe I need to go find a counselor, and I probably will still seek out like my pastor or some sort of divorce counseling, but at this moment I'm not able to do that, and so I'm doing what I can as far as being proactive in this healing process and making choices in my life that have actually really helped me. These 2 books, they spoke to me, and I hesitated for about a week, and I just kept looking for other ones, but I went back to these books. So the first one that I found was Happily Ever After, a daily devotional. Walking with Peace and Courage Through a Year of Divorce. So this is what it is. You guys can see. The author's name is Kristen Armstrong. At the top of each devotional, it says, whatever the topic is. So it says the foothold of deception, and then it gives you a scripture, and this one is Hebrews 3:13, and it says, encourage one another daily, so that none of you may be hardened by sin's deceitfulness. And then down below, she kind of writes like an excerpt of like something that she gets from that passage. So this is something, if you just want something to read daily to kind of keep your mind off of it and get, clarity and go back to the scripture and see what God says about just not even divorce, but just about how to seek Him daily, really, is what this book is going to be for. So this is something I recommend. It was probably like $5 or something. And the other one, this is called The U Plan, A Christian Woman's Guide for a Happy, Healthy Life After Divorce. And this one has helped me tremendously. Like, it talks about dating, it talks about forgiveness, being alone, dating, sex, money, respect, and the ultimate U Plan. And it's really good. It's just basically two women that wrote this together and what they went through. It talks about their divorce and what they went through afterwards and the mistakes they made, and so it just kind of tells you different women's perspective on what they went through and how they got through it and how they sought out God's view on everything. So yeah, this is one I definitely recommend. It's a short book. You can see it's very thin, but it's a good read, and it helps because you're reading about two women's real life experiences, and their lifestyles are completely different, so you get to see maybe you fit into one woman's situation better than the other, and you can kind of see like what she went through, how she handled it, etc. Those are my book choices that I recommend to help. That kind of has been counseling me in a way, and just a lot of prayer. And my thing is accountability, is being able to have those women in my life that I can talk to, even my mom if necessary. And just, people in my life that I know have either gone through divorce or, divorce has been in their family, or single parenting. They can kind of give you their perspective, and you can take some or you can leave some. Just be wise about who you talk to, because sometimes you can talk to those people who you feel like you can trust, and some just want to know the gossip, some just want to know just to know, just so that they can have some information about you. And you just really have to be careful, but in the end, it's your life, it's your decision on what you're going to do, and you just really have to trust that you sought out any information necessary to make the decisions that you're making. And that's, for me, that's what I'm doing. It's a daily thing. I have to constantly think about my daughter. I have to think about our relationship. I have to think about our future, her relationship with her dad. I have to think about all these things, not just about myself anymore. My daughter is involved, so that's always going to be a constant thing to think about daily. I have to consider her, and how I'm feeling today is going to affect her today. So I have to make sure that I'm on point so that she can have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful year. Counseling is great. It's going to be weird talking to some stranger about your personal life, but hopefully they are trustworthy enough to give you sound advice, really help you through this transition, because you're transitioning from a married life to a single life now. Unfortunately, it happens way more than it should. And I'm sad for that, because, I want to make the change for the future for my daughter. I don't want that in her future. I have hope for marriage. Just because I got divorced, I'm not that person that is going to be knocking marriage out the window. Like, I have hope. Marriage is a beautiful thing. It wasn't this one, so maybe it'll be the next one. And if not, then I'm okay. Like, if I don't get married again, I'm fine. But I would love to get married again. So, just have hope. Don't have your hope in the marriage, but just know that there is a better future ahead. Something, you're always going to have hiccups, and it's just life. You're going to have a rock you stumble over, and it's just the way you get up. Like, do you get up like gracefully and keep on pushing, or do you just stay there, on the ground and in sorrow and let that take over your life? I would hope that you go for the first choice, which is getting up and just brushing it off and just keep pushing. Alright, so that's my topic for today. I hope that helped you kind of get an idea of counseling. Like I said, everyone's counseling is a little different. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to stay beautiful, be strong, keep pushing, trust God, and just be you. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Say bye. Say bye.
Bye.